Good morning. We're here. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I set you free. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I set you free. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I set you free. I love me. I honor me. I respect me. I set me free. I love me, I honor me, I respect me, I set me free. I love me, I honor me, I respect me, I set me free. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you. Okay, good morning, good morning. Well, I'm on a little bit late this morning. Was on with my group with Tessa and everyone from LifeWave in Australia. So their evening is my morning, and that's the way it goes sometimes. The teachers of God have trust in the world because they have learned it is not governed by the laws the world made up. It is governed by a power that is in them, but not of them. It is this power that keeps all things safe. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. Simply do this. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is. All concepts you have learned about the world. All images you hold about yourself. Empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false, or good or bad. Of every thought it judges worthy, and all the ideas of which it is ashamed. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. Forget this world, forget this course, and come with wholly empty hands unto your God. That is the Course in Miracles. Take a deep breath. Today we begin by tucking our chins and bowing our heads and knowing that God is all that there is and that we are one with it. We surrender all that we are to all God will have us be. We bow our heads, our hearts, our desires and agendas to God's will. We trust that God knows us and loves us as we make our way home to peace. We trust that we will see miracles where we once saw lack and limitations, and that we will be assisted in solutions where we once saw dead ends. We commit to remembering that we're immersed in God's holy ecstasy and audaciousness, where all things are possible, plentiful, and perfect. We give thanks for another day of miracles and miraculous encounters, and may we always remember that this grace is offered to us, not just for our own peace and joy, but so that we may be a fearless extension of God's love. And together so we say, and so it is. Amen. I am my I am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother, God. I am also one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth, the entire company of heaven, the elemental kingdom, the angelic kingdom, and Gaia, Mother Earth. We give heartfelt and sincere thanks for the sacred gift of our life and of life itself. We ask our I am presence to consecrate every thought, word, feeling, and action which I express throughout this day with more love and more light for myself and my world. Word, I am word. I know who I am in peace, what I am in peace, how I serve in peace. I am here, I am here, I am here. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sorrow, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in forgiving that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Father, Mother, God, indwelling holy presence, Lord God Almighty, great and perfect Spirit of love and light, I am what thou art what I am that I am. All is one, all is well, all is in divine order. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us, so that we may untangle others from past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. We give thanks, we let it be, and so it is. Ashe, Aho, Alhamdulillah, Aho Matakwiyasen, Shah, Namaste, Amen. Peace, peace, peace. Take a deep breath. Well, how's it going out there? Man, my head is spinning over here if you haven't seen that. Here's the recent message from Spirit. Power. Be in your power. Lazarus, my teacher of 40 years, says, power is our willingness and ability to act. And it's the masculine expression, the external manifestation of the divine feminine, the inner feeling, knowing, trusting, and honoring of what we believe is true. And sharing that, embodying that, expressing that, as I said once again. Put this out there. There we go. Boom. Okay. So welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers. This is my thing. This is year 10. Excuse me. And here we are, my friends. Yeah, it's all happening. Big shout out to Jessie Buckley, who's become the first Irish woman to win the Best Actress Oscar in 98 years of Hollywood. Well done, Jessie. I have yet to see your film, my friend, but it is going to be a big day when that happens in my heart. I've heard nothing but amazing things about her performance. There was no one was even close. She was head and shoulders above everyone else. And for such a powerful story about motherhood and grief and love and the healing power of creativity and community, man, does that tick all my little boxes. Pretty beautiful. So here's to you. And as someone pointed out, this is 2 years after another chap from Munster, I believe, originally. He grew up in Cork, but I think he was born in Munster. A chap named Cillian Murphy won his Oscar for Oppenheimer, and he's got his new film out now, The Immortal Man, which is a very interesting title. Rings my bell as the last chapter of a little series called Peaky Blinders. So it's exciting times if you tune into it. Yes, not everything is death and destruction. Thank God, some folks are still putting out some hope. Here is the Course in Miracles for today. I hope you're well. I hope you had a great weekend. I certainly did. I'm still recovering. Some big news. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna share it here with you. Tessa and I did an interview, my LifeWave lady, Wednesday, and it's fantastic. She's one of my heroes in this life, and such an inspiration, such a humble, devoted, hardworking, honest, courageous, and inspired and inspiring and caring, deeply caring human being. People only care how much you know when they know how much you care. That's the quote. And she shared it as well. And so I was just on with her and Misha and my other friends there in Aussie land. They had just celebrated last weekend their first personal event called Vision to Victory. Anyway, because Tessa and I reconnected and she came on and we did a session together on Wednesday, and because she follows these things, Steve Merritt, who's the top of my team, who has 500,000 people in his team, he came through Dublin with his lovely wife, Gina Merritt, Steve and Gina. They are the co-creators of the success of LifeWave with David Schmidt and the X39 patch. And so Tessa put me on to Steve. She gave me his number. I waved at him, and he and I are going to talk about Ireland and getting some support from our brother and teaming up Thursday. So that is pretty cool, my friends. Believe me, that's the nicest thing that's happened since I began this journey. So I'm very excited about that. More to come, yeah? Keep you posted. But the weekend was, for me, the meditation with Yolanda on Friday morning with Tim and Mark and Gabrielle and everyone, and then a bowl of seafood chowder at Fernhill Hotel in Clon. I think they were having a wedding there that day. And we got in just before the wedding arrived. And Lee and Our Lady from England, whose name escapes me. It'll come to me. She loves to talk, Our Lady. Anyway, we had a great time. And then what else is Friday? Friday was my interview with my second interview with Philippe Roll, who is quite the mystic about his stories of working with the land in Glastonbury at the Tor and Avebury, and powerful stories as well. And then Saturday was I sang at the market for 90 minutes, which was a great surprise. My guitar held up, my voice held up, my Wi-Fi connection held up. It was all good. And that was great fun. Then we had lunch together, Tim and Lane and myself. And Saturday night, I think, was Addie Lambourne, and we did the Christ consciousness activation, which I've done 2 times since then. Just did it again this morning. And Sunday was laundry and dinner with my housemate here, an easy day. So here we go. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Let's start off with the Course in Miracles for today. The lesson is 237. Now I would be as God created me. I was on the course Friday, Saturday, and 2 times yesterday. Slept in this morning. Today I will accept the truth about myself. I will arise in glory and allow the light in me to shine upon the world throughout the day. Beautiful. I bring the world the tidings of salvation, which I hear as God, my Father, speaks to me. And I behold the world that Christ would have me see. Aware it ends the bitter dream of death. Aware it is my Father's call to me. There's Jill in the middle of her night. Bless you. This is the Course in Miracles for today. This is the prayer. Christ is my eyes today, and he the ears that listen to the voice for God today. Father, I come to you through him, who is your Son, and my true self as well. Amen. Let me read that again. Lesson 237. Now I would be as God created me. Today I will accept the truth about myself. I will arise in glory and allow the light in me to shine upon the world throughout the day. I bring the world the tidings of salvation which I hear as God my Father speaks to me. And I behold the world that Christ would have me see, aware it ends the bitter dream of death, aware it is my Father's call to me. Christ is my eyes today, and he the ears that listen to the voice for God today. Father, I come to you through him who is your Son, and my true self as well. Amen. Thank you, Jill. Bless you. Okay. Ready? Here is Abraham. Esther Hicks. Daily quotes. Your sophisticated physical body. What? Let me just zipped. Let me find it again. Your sophisticated physical body exists because of the intelligence of your cells. And the intelligence of your cells exists because of their connection to source energy. When doctors and scientists try to find cures for diseases without taking into consideration the vibrational relationship between the physical being and source energy, they're looking for cures in all the wrong places. If the resistance that disallowed the well-being to begin with is not released, it will show up in the form of another and another disease. Your cells, because of their connection to the intelligence of source energy, know exactly what to do in order to become the incredible variety of functioning cells in your magnificent physical body. And in the absence of the hindrance that is caused by your resistant negative thought, that communication stays open to clear, up-to-the-moment interaction, keeping your physical body at peak and perfect performance. In the absence of negative emotion, and therefore the allowance of complete alignment and communication with source energy, your physical body can reclaim its balance and recover from any imbalance. And once balance has resumed, it is easy to maintain with consistently good-feeling thoughts. That's for everyone who's struggling with health issues out there. The basis of life is freedom. The purpose of life is joy. If we are aligned to the truth, we will feel good. If we're in resistance to the truth, we will feel bad. And we will prove to ourselves the reflection of whatever we're focused on as our predominant vibration. One person aligned to source is more powerful than 1,000,000 people who are not. That's Abraham. That is the scale of our positive versus negative effects. Look at Abraham. Listen to Abraham. They will bring you back into the vortex, into alignment with Source. Okay, here is Eileen Caddy of Findhorn, guidance for 16th of March. Let there be no feeling of competition within you. When you realize that everyone has a specific part to offer the whole, all that spirit of competition will disappear, and you will be able to relax and be yourself. How much simpler life becomes when you cease trying to be something you are not. You have your part to play in the whole, so play it to the very best of your ability. I tell you to love one another. Are you doing it, or are you just being tolerant, making excuses for yourself by saying that there are certain souls you cannot be expected to blend with, since you are poles apart? You are all my beloveds, and the sooner you realize it, the better. For you are all one in my sight, and my love flows to each one alike. When you accept your oneness with me, you will be able to accept your oneness with each other. Take a deep breath. That's from Opening Doors Within, Eileen Caddy. Powerful, my friends. So, excuse me. Mercy. We are keeping my dear friend Annie, her ex Michael, and their family, which is Nikki and Edith, and Nikki and Edith's 3 little girls, in thoughts and prayers today, because they are going through a big shift in their karma and their destiny. Thank you, Jane, and thanks everyone. All right, my friends, yeah. I have a little Teresa Lutinager, do I? Let's see, how do you have this, Teresa? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, here we go. Even now we could be happy. Even now. Breathing in, filling our bodies right now. From the dirt below us, from our toes to our knees, hips up our spines, shoulders to earlobes, the tip of our heads to beyond the stars. Breathing wide across our wingspan, into the sacred and constant silk web where we belong. From Spell for Reclaiming the Moment, Adrienne Marie Brown. Let's have that again. Little poetry, my friends. Morning poems and prayers, don't you know? Teresa sharing this. Even now we could be happy. Even now, breathing in, filling our bodies with right now. From the dirt below us, from our toes to our knees, hips, our spines, hips up our spines, shoulders to earlobes, the tip top of our heads, to beyond, to the stars. Breathing wide across our wingspan, into that sacred and constant silk web where we belong. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, it was Mother's Day in the UK yesterday and Ireland. So happy Mother's Day to everyone. And yes, I was on the Course in Miracles in the morning, as I said, and it's either me or Adrian. There's only two chaps in the group. The rest is all the ladies. And so we had Mia, who is a wonderful teacher and a dear friend, and Paula, and Anne, and I'm forgetting somebody else. Oh, a new lady, Diane, I think. Anyway, a shout out to the moms of the world, and Mia was very kind to include my mother, and she asked about my mother's name. My mother's name was Marilyn. So happy Mother's Day, Mom, wherever you're at. Here's to you, and thank you for bringing me into this world. And Dad, thank you as well. No one person saves the world. Humanity does it together. Zachary Fisher. Here we go, my friends. Ready? Collaboration is the missing key. The word that keeps echoing in the field right now is simple. Collaboration, not competition, not isolation. Collaboration, well, I will say community as well. Talk about Sarah Hall here in a moment. For a long time, many of us have tried to carry the weight of change by ourselves. One person starting a movement, one voice trying to wake people up, one heart trying to hold the vision for a better world. But the truth is the transformation humanity needs was never meant to come from one person. It was always meant to be created together. When I look around the world today, it's clear that something has gone wrong along the way. Our planet is hurting. Our systems are broken. Our children are growing up in a world full of manipulation, noise, and confusion. And whether we like it or not, all of us have played some part in allowing it to reach this point. We let things slide. We trusted systems that didn't deserve that trust. We stayed quiet when maybe we should have spoken up. But here's the beautiful part. Realizing that truth is actually the beginning of our power. The truth will set you free, but it'll often piss you off before it does so. Excuse me. Humanity has the ability to correct course. We can decide that we're done allowing the destruction of the planet that sustains us. We can decide that our children deserve something better. And we can start building the world we want instead of waiting for someone else to do it for us. Every person carries a piece of the puzzle. That's my favorite metaphor. Deep in our souls, we each hold a fragment of the map for what comes next. Some people are builders. Some are healers. Some are teachers. Some are protectors. Some are storytellers. None of those roles are greater than the others. They only work when they come together. This planet was never meant to be dominated. It was meant to be stewarded. The earth is our mother, not our servant. When we learn to live, that's me, when we learn to live in balance with Gaia again, respecting the living system we're part of, everything begins to change. The earth responds to how we treat her. For many years, we have focused almost entirely on healing ourselves. That work matters, but there comes a moment when the focus must widen. The next step is healing humanity together. So here's the challenge. Find your role. Find the people you're meant to build with. Stop waiting for permission and start creating the world you know is possible. Because the future isn't going to be handed to us. It's something we build together. Zachary Fisher. Take a deep breath. Mercy. There it is, the Sermon on the Mount for today. Thank you, brother. Here is a little deep spiritual wisdom from Nisargadatta, who is one of the enlightened masters of India of the 20th century. And I sent this to my enlightened master, Yananda, from the meditation group in Klon on Fridays. We're hoping to get Yananda over here to Bandon as well. But this is I passed this to him. He said, it's true. Thank you, brother. Here's what Maharaji says. I am not concerned with miracles happening outside, but only with those happening within me. In my original non-knowing state, I did not know the sense of my being, but all of a sudden the beingness was felt spontaneously. This is the first miracle. Are you getting all this? Then in a flash, I observed this enormous manifest world and also my body. Later, I conceived that the entire universe has manifested in the speck of my beingness only. Why not pay attention to these miracles? A lot of miracles happen, each greater than the other. But what about these ones? I repeat, first there was no message, I am, and also there was no world. Instantly the message I am and this magnificent world materialized out of nothingness. How amazing. This message, I am, is nothing other than the advertisement of the eternal truth. Similarly, the names, the titles, and forms of sages, seers, and Mahatmas are merely announcements of the same principles. For example, when you prepare a number of dishes out of wheat, various names are given to them, but it is the wheat that is the basis for all the dishes. To stabilize me in this eternal principle, my guru initiated me by pronouncing the sacred words Tat Tvam Asi, TAT-TVAM-ASI, which means I am that. From that moment onwards, I lost all interest in worldly affairs. These sacred words are called the Maha Vakya, which is a profound statement charged with sublime meanings. Okay, a lot to think about there. All I know, my friends, at this point in my story is that go within or go without is the daily drill. And my beautiful breakthrough with Tessa and Steve Merritt and LifeWave and whatever comes from that is the grace of service and surrender. I am grateful. It all works together. Tales of the Old Forest Fairies. A little time off. I'm afraid I'm going to take a little break away from social media. I'm tired, to be honest. Tired of this Facebook and its awful algorithm and the constant push of AI. It's soul-destroying, and I've given up trying to understand it. Maybe with the coming of spring, I might feel different. We shall see. But for now, it's time for a rest. Take care, my loves. Athi. All right, sweetheart. Well, a lovely, happy picture, anyway, of an older lady dancing in the a labyrinth, really. Hedges, walking with hedges on either side, having a lovely rest. Okay, Ali Ray, my friends, yeah? So go well, my dear. I don't know you, but I wish you well. Ali Ray, precious ones, please be aware that where you put your attention brings that energy and much more in unseen levels into your experience. Is this the theme of our time? Oh my, yes it is. These are times of vigilance. These are times in which truly less is more. She says, our sister Ali, I have been supporting many who are reaching mental and emotional breaking points, in part because the ones they have followed are actually perpetuating stories of darkness, evil, distortion, etc. I'm not making any statement whatsoever about anyone's personal experience. However, for some it is causing more energetic chaos and distress, while what is truly important in these times is peace. This is what Addie Lamborn also told us, that some certain files, which are pretty compelling, are energetically a trap. And if all we focus on is rage and anger and fear and horror and disgust, guess what? We're not going to be creating such happy times for ourselves in the world. Somebody needs to focus on the solution and not just beat the drum of the problem without mercy. However, some of it is causing more energetic chaos and distress, while what is truly important in these times is peace. This is my loving encouragement to please be discerning of your attention and make communion with your own heart your utmost priority. Are you getting the picture? As things accelerate, those who have been practicing communion will be best able to know what they need to truly know in order to navigate all that is ahead. And do not worry if you are isolating, that there will be no one there for you. The opposite will be true. This I have lived and know in the depths of my heart. So go now and move your attention away from all the old timeline stories and noise of all kinds. If you will continue a vigilant communion with your heart, in capital letters, all that you require will be added unto you, and the days ahead will bring you a peace and gladness that only love and God can bring. Are you getting the message? I so love you, RAYE. Love is, love is, love is. God is, God is, God is. Okay, I'm not going to play it here, but one of the most amazing things that happened for me over the weekend was Cryon's channeling here called The Fog of War. And in March, Cryon speaks of the fog of war and what place it might have in the cosmology of planet Earth. This is a non-political message for old souls and light workers all over the planet at this time. Well, I'll just give it to you here, my friends. You're on. It's your turn. It's your time. You go to the front of the line. Yeah, this is the time, of course, that we've been preparing throughout this and other lifetimes to be available for and to shine our light and share our love, as my guides like to say. So do take a look at this video, The Fog of War by Cryon. And Claudio likes it, Tim Carroll likes it, Susan likes it, and Philippe likes it. Very good. Yes. Okay. Declan and Evelyn, my dear friends who are wonderful musicians, have recorded 2 songs with the BBC on their trip to Scotland, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Again, there's no point in me playing it because Facebook will just give me a hard time. But it's there, and I can't say enough about it. I love them both dearly. They're wonderful artists and dear friends, and big joy for Declan and Evelyn. Their new album is about to come out, I think, this month. That's their second. Okay, so Sarah Hall is an angel channel, and we have the equinox this week on Friday, the 20th. And where are we today? This is the 16th. And so we are climbing the mountain, my friends, and everyone has said for months and months and months, 6 months at least, Patricia, Addie, the usual suspects, that this thing is going to be huge. And so Sarah Hall has some good advice here. Basically, she's saying, eat light, and if you need to eat something other than fruits and vegetables, shoot some light into it. Bless it, yeah? I have the biggest piece of red meat in my fridge that I've probably ever owned in my life at this point, ironically. Usually, I might have a steak like twice a month, you know, or a burger occasionally, but that's about it. Anyway, it'll all work itself out. But she says, bless your water, bless your fruits and vegetables and your food, and get into the water. Get into the water. And that is all going to help you ride the waves of these ascension energies. And basically, it's like about a dozen light workers, myself and Annie and everyone else, just got wiped out energetically in the last week or two. You know, it's getting more real is the thing. So we need to pay attention or we'll be paying other things. Liliana Heitman, a single thought, light as morning air, can tilt the day toward another horizon. Perhaps this one, something benevolent has already begun to move through the day, long before I noticed it. Let the breath enter that awareness. Draw the air in through the nose slowly. Feel the chest lift, the ribs widening. This breath has wandered across mountains, through forests, over wide oceans before it reached you. Then release it through the mouth. Let the exhale carry away whatever is unnecessary for the hours ahead. Today, I can step into the world with a clear mind, a steady heart, and a spirit that remains curious. Morning often turns on the smallest inner gesture, a subtle shift in thought, and the day begins to open along a different path. The mind that starts with a generous orientation begins to recognize doors where others only see walls. One breath, one small thought, and the day begins to unfold along a new line of possibility. Take a deep breath. Okay, and I have one more from RAYE here about the whales. In these months and years, I've been with the whales in the oceans, and I have had many multidimensional experiences and dreams with them. Hello. There we are. Whales represent the current prophetic movement. Whales are sensitive. They dive deep and they communicate through song, much like prophets who are messengers and revelators of the deep things of God's heart. In the story of Jonah, it was a whale that transported him from the stormy seas to his destiny, and so too does the prophetic within realign people with their promise and takes them from the stormy seas of life and transports them to their place of purpose and calling. I know that communing, C-O-M-M-U-N-I-N-G, I know that communing in these vast ways with the whales is God highlighting the greater resurgence of the prophetic in a profound way across all streams in the days to come. In these experiences, I can deeply communicate to the whales and hear them sing in response. I saw some whales online last night. Did you know that a whale starts a song in the beginning of migration, that it keeps singing and adding to it as it travels the large distance to its furthest destination? When other whales join in the song, they sing in unison with their melodies like a perfectly organized choir. I believe we are in a time where the true hearts are beginning to come into unity and release their sound in unison. The sound is shaking the deep places and calling the earth into order and in resonance to the kingdom of heaven. There is a divine acceleration upon the prophets in both revelation and maturity, and I am moving the prophets into position to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Deuteronomy 28:13. She comes back, acceleration is upon us, but it isn't something that we just step into. It's a divine grace that God is breathing upon us to surge forward with a new momentum. But it requires a new strength, wisdom, and skill to maintain. When God adds and elevates us higher, God also prepares us to steward it well by increasing our character and ability to carry what pours forth. Humanity is going through a deep heart check right now, not for the sake of judgment, but to draw out and raise up healthy and pure ones who have their sights set solely on love and not on using their life and mantle for their personal reasons and gain. In the days ahead, we will see more and more dear ones who aren't sold out to pleasing man, but have been refined in the fires of the fear and sanctified in the holiest of holies. If you are in the fires or being sanctified, know that all is divinely unfolding and simply surrender fully to your heart. Indeed, great times are upon us. It's not easy, but it's simple. And when we stop struggling, it gets easier. And to those pure hearts who resonate with this message, if you are still, you may just hear the sweet song of a whale singing right there in your own heart. With such deep honor and gratitude to all precious pure hearts, I bow. Glory, glory, glory be. We are one. Only love, God, is real. I so love you. Ali Ray. Love is, love is, love is. God is, God is, God is. Take a deep breath. Thank you, Ali. That's profound. We're nearly to the top of the mountain after that moment. Perfect. Another recommendation here, Elizabeth April and Amelia Ortez with a third person. I think her name is Jay-Z. She's the mother of 8 kids. Very powerful talk about ascension, the details, you know, the real thing. Here's my friend Becky Big Canoe that I was honored to meet at the World Peace Gathering with Chief Phil Lane Jr. and do an interview with Becky a few months later, and an update about our progress, the kinship talks. So she's created the Kinship Way. This is channeled through Sister Becky, and she is a bright, bright light with a heart of gold, this woman. And so you can check out her offerings here. It's a map for creating conscious community together that really she brought forth from the ancestors. And she's a beautiful soul, as are so many on this journey here. A shout out to another hero of mine, Siobhan Dupour, who has a new interview. This is my poet who inspired me to start learning my Irish, Gurra Mahagat, Siobhan, and it's called From Spoken Word to Sacred Fire. And this is our brother who I also met at the World Peace Gathering, and Siobhan was there as well. That was quite an event, my friends. Re-indigenation rising, Irish language, poetry, and ritual with Siobhan Dupour. And so that's Kevin from the Brahan group, yeah? Great stuff. What's my score here? So we're coming down the home stretch, my friends. We're nearly there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for 256 hits for my music from Saturday. That's great to see. I still haven't gotten on to do a proper in-home concert here, which has been on my list for months and months, but it is coming. So there's Steve and Gina, and I'm thrilled to have them in my story. And thanks so much, Tessa, for connecting me with these amazing, with LifeWave and all the people in it. And it just gets better and better, my friends. Yeah, I will read all the messages there when I'm done, and we're keeping everyone in thoughts and prayers here, my friends. You know, just dropping in and hearing the words of truth and sharing the prayers and the poems is working the magic. If you take a deep breath and stop splashing about and just let it wash over you, you'll find that you could float and you're not drowning any longer. It's a wonderful realization. Let's have our other Indigenous brother here. We can hear from the men. Oh, that's my lady. Alexandra Wenman is in Minneapolis. Good on you, Alexandra. That woman gets around. Rumi, know that the body is merely a garment. Go and seek the wearer, not the cloak. Huh? Okay. And Hank Waddell gives us a very powerful image of a woman giving birth from our brother Alex Gray. And Alex says the female being is a portal between the spiritual realm and the physical. Absolutely. Here's to the women and the mothers of this world, every one of them. God bless you indeed. Life, it's a gift. And most people are starving to death, my friends. Seeing the glass half empty all day long. It's time to wakey. Yeah, power. Power, my friends. Take your power back. God has given us everything. If we give thanks for it, it will reveal itself in, through, and as our life. So where are we? We're Monday here. I'm winding down for this session. Thank you for being here. Please share this video with anyone you think could be helped by it. And please know that your prayers are answered. And the answer is always yes. It's ours to give thanks and be grateful and humble. And then we will see through the illusions and back to the truth. There's a lot going on, and this is the week to really commit to the truth as we understand it. God, give us strength. It is a powerful time. The world will be incredibly different on the other side of this equinox, is everyone's promise. And we are being called to the front lines to shine our light and share our love. Close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. All right, God bless you, dear friends. Deep, deep breath. Relax and release. Relax and release. Relax and release. Dear friends, it is within you to be the visionary, to be the prophet, to be the way shower. And you are not called to these energies by accident or coincidence, but rather through divine fiat, dear friends, through divine design, dear friends, through like attracting like, through your soul and your spirit calling you forth to remember beyond the illusions of separation that you are one with all that you dream of and desire, dear friends. But when you focus on the absence of what you want, then the presence is hard, impossible indeed, to reveal, difficult if not impossible to reveal itself, dear friends. What you believe is what you perceive. What you think about is what you bring about. What you ask for is what you receive. Desire, imagination, expectation, dear friends. So we say to you, the greatest gift of all is gratitude. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my abundance. Thank you for my spirit. Thank you for my mind, for my talents and abilities and gifts. Thank you for my voice, my guitar, the channel says. Thank you for my computer and my home and my family and friends on this journey here with me, the community that I'm blessed to be a part of, and all the groups that are reflections of the evolving and expanding and growing sense of oneness with humanity, with Mother Earth, with the whales and the dolphins, and all the creatures and all the creations of this magical and powerful world, dear friends, and of the star nations that are coming into your awareness, and of the angels and the beings of light, your guides, guardians, teachers, and friends, dear friends, your higher self, your soul and spirit. You are an eternal being having a temporal experience, and the very nature of your reality is changing and evolving. As more light floods into this world of seeming darkness, so you can see more clearly the shadows and the boundaries and the truth and the fiction, dear friends, the pretense and the authenticity that are competing for your time and attention. When your heart knows that all is well and all will be well, dear friends, you've come back to yourself. When you give thanks for the food on your plate, the clothes on your back, the roof over your head, your health such as it is, your wealth such as it is, your life such as it is, dear friends, your dreams of love and romance and partnership and belonging, such as they are, dear friends. Their prayers for the world, for peace and healing and justice and truth and integrity and responsibility and courage and honesty. Dear friends, so you're pouring forth a blessing too great to receive, and yet in your willingness to be one with all that is, so the blessings are finding you, dear friends, and they will continue to lift you up and lead you home. It seems too good to be true, dear friends. It seems too simple, and yet it is simple, dear friends. But the mind and the will and the human ego, such as you know yourselves to be, have made it exceedingly complicated, dear friends. And all of that is washing away now. All of that is stepping aside, is releasing, is letting go. You can give up with dignity and grace, dear friends, or you can give up fighting and screaming and hollering every step of the way. It's entirely your business. We don't judge you or anyone in this world in either case, dear friends. You've taken on a huge illusion, the illusions of separation, and you've, in your soul and spirit, said, I will find my way through this. I will come back to my truest self. I will know love and light as the source and supply of my reality and my creation and my communities and my experiences, as I know myself, as I draw in my breath, as I lay my head upon the pillow at night and raise it up once again in the morning. Round and round and round you go, dear friends, yeah? And as it gets simpler, the messages get clearer, and the need to trust becomes more urgent. So, dear friends, nothing is being taken from you or this world that isn't being replaced by something better. It is only your attachment and resistance, as the Buddha taught so many centuries ago, dear friends. It is only your fear and judgment, as Jesus taught so many centuries ago, dear friends. This chapter of human consciousness of the last many thousand years, dear friends, has been the divine preparation of the new beginnings, that you are here to create, initiate, explore, experience, understand, to discover, and to become. So, dear friends, in love and joy and peace and health and wealth and gratitude, we say to you, congratulations. You have given yourself the greatest gift any human being could ever imagine, which is the opportunity to awaken from a nightmare and to claim and create a beautiful new dream that you and your loved ones will inhabit, and in truth outside of time and space already are inhabiting. And as the illusions of separation give way to the oneness of true love and freedom and joy and happiness and peace, so, dear friends, you are the way shower, the visionary, the healer, the teacher, the artist. Take a deep breath. And we say to you in truth from our hearts to yours, dear friends, be the light, be the love, ask for help. Know it is always given, and give thanks, and be amazed as you and your world begin again. With each passing day, with each passing hour, change is upon you, dear friends. Celebrate your freedom. Come home to your heart. Let yourself shine your light and share your love, dear friends. And let the details take care of themselves. We love you so. Faith is the gift of love. Be of good cheer. All is well. Peace and blessings. Namaste. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I truly hope that helps you. That's why I'm here. Receive the gift. Let it in. Peace and blessings. Namaste.